All right, well, let's kick this off. Here we go.
Still no
Alrighty.
videos. Those G4TE folks suck.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to episode 321 of your Overseas Connection podcast, the official podcast of the G4TE.com community. That is your mature gaming gateway drug. Yes, that is who we are. I'm just one of your humble hosts today, Greg DeLacy, gamertag Murphy's Law. OC_Murphy's Law on the old Twitters. And it is May 22nd, 2015. Time is flying by. On the show this week, we have a very special podcast for everybody. First of all, she needs no introduction. She is the mouth from the south. Nicole Radowski.
You're killing me, Greg.
That's what I do. That's what I bring to the table. Nicole, how are you?
I am awesome. I'm also reading our chat.
Good. That is good. You will be the official chat watcherer.
I'm in
my
charge of
official-
chat.
She needs to.
And we're going to mute whoever was that.
Go on.
Yes, thank you. Speaking of not muting actually, Chris Henwood,
Hello.
the Henwood Racing Infamy, our Project Cars Forza expert. Anything else I'm missing out of that, Chris?
Oh, got 3 medals in the war.
Well, that's minor.
No, that's just it. There's nothing else. No, that's
Okay.
all I do now.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, there was
Adequate
war business.
farming.
All right. Well, welcome back to the show, Chris. Great to have you on. I'm sure we'll be talking about cars at some point in time tonight.
Probably.
Probably. You're not going to bring up cars at all, are you?
No, I try not to.
Okay. Also, last but certainly not least, excited to welcome to the first time to our podcast, Kim Woods.
Yay!
Hi.
Kim.
Thanks for having me.
Oh no, thank you for joining. Now, you kind of pal around with Nicole quite often.
Probably, yeah. You could say that.
Yeah. Well, you guys have long-standing history, Gears of War, all of that good stuff. But tell us a little bit about yourself, because you're new to the show. You're maybe new to a lot of the community members, so you haven't been on the podcast either. So give us a little.
No,
background.
I haven't.
Yeah.
Well, there's not much to tell. I'm the infamous unstealthy ninja. I'm a gamer. I'm a hermit. I'm a perv. I don't know. I live in a small town where if you blink, you'll miss us. So.
Okay. All right. Enough said.
All right.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I'm slightly intimidated. This is the first time we've ever had 2 women on the show, let alone 1 woman. That was hard enough. Got to watch my tongue now for sure. Chris, aren't you glad I invited you to this podcast?
Wow.
Oh, yeah. I'm in the right room.
I know, we all checked our bras. We're good.
Yes, and for everybody in the chat and
Mine's
gamers out,
chafing.
yeah, in the world, this is what women look like.
Last time I checked, anyway.
Yes. All right. Let's get the show rolling. First and foremost, we want to thank a couple new Twitch followers. We've got MYKL240. We've got Andy BG1973 and Jade Archer, who is infamously known as the new Canadian cult leader. Although I don't think she's Canadian, so.
She's a Rhode Islander that lives in Texas.
Oh dear Lord.
I know.
So the Canadian cult is now the Italian mob. All right. Let's talk about video games. It's kind of what we do on this podcast. We all are gamers. We love playing video games. We've been playing them probably for far too long, especially for some of our listeners. But let us... well, let's see. I think there's 2 games we're going to talk about this entire podcast. So I'm going to kick it off. I'm going to start, and I will not mention those 2 particular games, but I will talk about 2 other games, get that out of the way, and then we can roll into the other bigger games. So continuing on with the golf club, got another round in on the golf club. An insanely difficult course this week. For all of the golf club players that are listening to this, I promise you the next course should be at minimum more fun. So we'll get into that a little later on in the podcast. State of Decay, continuing to play that, leading up to one of the releases this past weekend. And I had one of those funny moments. It was straight out of kind of a Walking Dead moment, if you will. So I go on a mission to go do a trade with another group. And so I bring a partner along because I wanted some backup. And we're going out to trade some food for ammo. And we show up to this house, and there's a person there, and she potentially can become an ally for us. So I was super excited to get another community member because I was one community member short from being able to build a new base where I really wanted to have it. And so we get in there, and as soon as we make the trade, all friggin' hell breaks loose. Zombies start pouring through the window, and not just like 10 or so. It's like 40 zombies just piling through. Everybody is now like on the doorstep of death. I'm doing all I can to keep my character alive, bouncing around, trying to eat aspirin that helps cure your health. In the meantime, suddenly this gal Jess, who was going to be a potential person, she dies. And my other guy is being swarmed by about 7 zombies. And I just said, that's it. I'm out of here. So I leave him to die. I go, jump in the truck, and I just start backing up, running over zombies. They're all screaming out of the house. Needless to say, I lost 2 members of the community that day, and it did not go well. It had a very negative reaction on the entire house. Because one of my other members then left on the heels of that news. So, yeah. But I love that game. State of Decay. If you like zombie apocalypse, but also with kind of that Walking Dead, like you have to make relationships, you have to build your compound out to make sure you have food sources, you have building materials, you have ammo caches. All of that is micromanaged in there. It's a fantastic game, so I cannot recommend it enough, even with its little glitchiness, because it's still a little glitchy from now and then. But that's it. I will not talk anymore. We will move on. Let's talk about Project Cars, Chris. Let's discuss that. What's going on in the world of Project Cars?
It's good, strangely enough.
Yeah.
Good selection of cars and tracks. It's definitely in need of a patch, though, because the controllers are a little too sensitive at the moment. It's sort of built towards the steering wheel.
Right.
Using community more than the game and controller at the minute.
Okay.
But, yeah, it's on the verge of greatness. It just needs a bit of a tweak and a bit of a shine up to get fully over the line. But I'm quite enjoying it. The career is pretty well structured out. You still get your generic sort of do some races, receiving fictional email from some fictional company, or maybe
Right.
even a fictional sponsor want you to sign them up. But no, I'm really enjoying it. It's a good game. It's very sort of sim based. It's not the sort of racing game you're going to jump straight into.
Right.
Like Forza is quite accessible. You got your painting options, and the handling's very sort of not arcadey but simplified
Right.
simulation. Whereas Project Cars will punish you because it's as close to the real thing, I suppose, as you can get on a console at the moment, at least.
Now I have a question for you, and this is
Okay.
around the career mode. So I started off in kart. And yes, kart's very difficult, but I've actually started to get the hang of it. Not doing
Yeah.
terribly bad. What I have not been able to figure out is how do I get out of kart? There's no option to try and race something
No.
else. Do I have
when
to?
you started off, you've got the top run to get that from zero to hero achievement. You got to do it from the kart into the top of like Formula One single seaters.
Right.
What you can do is if you go the third box on the top row, you get to start off in Formula Rookie,
Okay.
which is like a smaller Formula 4, like a Formula Atlantic sort of championship. That way you skip go-karting altogether,
All right.
gone past the frustration of trying to guide a friggin' little animated torpedo around a track that's too narrow.
That is an accurate description, by the way.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's too twitchy with the controller. But yeah, you just go to the third box and start off in the cars as opposed to the carts. You'll be all right.
All right. So, in a nutshell, there is no way you can get out of cart unless I start over.
Yeah, just restart your career.
All right.
It's doable. I mean, what I did to get past it, I wanted to. Yeah, it's doable, but
It's like my real life. Just start your new career.
just
Start
start
over.
again. Just like real life.
Yep.
Start again.
All right, cool. Now, I believe we have some, and we'll get into it later, but I mean, there's a pretty big following on Project Cars now through not only in the gate community, but I think the track community.
Yeah, we're pretty much all on it, I think.
So is Project Cars kind of, do you think that's become like the de facto, like is Forza now really taking a big back seat?
I think it will. I don't think Project Cars has done enough yet to sort of take everyone off it. A lot of people sort of just want to jump on once a week or do a race sort of thing. They'll be still more drawn to Forza because it's a lot easier to pick up and play.
Right.
You kind of got to work at Project Cars a bit. It's a lot more involving. You've got to sort of really get into it. You've got to know your setups of the cars. You can't just go on and tune or download a tune or something like that.
Okay.
You have to actually go in and put your own sort of time into it. So it's not something you can pick up and play as such. Whereas Forza, you can just jump on, paint some horrific picture on the side of a car, drive around a track for 5 minutes, job's good.
Okay.
And
Do you think maybe Project Cars, at least for the Xbox community, is kind of a placeholder then until Forza 6 comes out? Or is it have a legitimate chance to be the #1 racer?
oh yeah, it certainly has a chance. The hardcore racers, the ones that haven't got a PC, scary stuff. The ones that can't afford a PC will probably flock towards it. I think they'll stay on it.
Okay.
It's just needing a couple good patches, a few things. At the moment, we're having like trouble when you brake, you lose the sound in party chat, which is
Okay.
always awkward. If you're having a conversation with someone, you hit the brakes and you can't hear anyone. That's one of the little things. The handling's still very twitchy. There's a little bit of frame rate issue on a few of the tracks. But other than that, these are all minor things.
Right.
Apart from the party chat cutting out.
I was going to say, that sounds kind of
that's-
important. I mean,
Yeah, that's quite a crucial one in the corner next to someone, actually. But
yeah. Don't slow.
yeah. Bang. Yeah, I think it will stay popular all the way through. I think people who like Forza will still get Forza. I think Project Cars will be the main one, though.
Okay.
I can't see Forza topping it in the long run.
Do you think there's a real onus now on Turn 10 to produce like weather and day-night cycle for
yeah.
Forza 6?
Yeah, if they don't do it, I think they're going to lose a lot of people because obviously having the weather is a big sort of where you get like your standard tracks on Forza in the dry and you get that on Project Cars, but having them on wet as well, it's like a completely different track. So you're kind of getting twice the fun from one thing on it, almost. Well, not twice the fun, twice the shouting at the screen.
Okay.
But
It's like this podcast.
it is kind of like that, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Anything else you wanted to talk about, Chris?
I'm playing Farming Simulator. I'm quite enjoying that.
Well, let's talk about that. Farming Simulator. So, okay, here's my beef about Farming Simulator. It's not the concept because I get it and it seems like it can be a fun distraction kind of game. My beef is that didn't it release on like iOS or PC on Steam for like $15 and then it released full like $60 retail for the Xbox One version?
Yeah, it did. It did. They got a bit greedy.
Yeah.
Bless them.
Did they add anything? If you tell me farms, I'm gonna get angry.
Oh, there's tractors and everything. It's amazing. It's like a whole new world. No. Yeah, they've added bits. They've made it multiplayer online, which I believe that I was on iOS version anyway.
Are you racing tractors?
Not
Please tell
yet.
me yes.
Well, I was only chatting earlier on. I think there's actually potential for we can make some race scenarios in it. If you have like 2 teams of 2 trying to plough a field the fastest,
Okay.
that could be done. You can chainsaw a tree down. Oh yeah, that's new. Lumbering.
Lumbering.
You can have a chainsaw. Last night I got quite bored on Twitch. I was broadcasting me versus a tree, not going so well, so I started chasing livestock with a chainsaw instead. But you could kill them. But you had to give it a go.
Right,
So-
right. You never know.
Oh yeah, had to try.
It's worth it.
Don't give
I
Kim
enjoy it.
ideas.
Yeah, no chainsaws, Kim. Stick to your guns.
Yeah, no shit. Pretty sure Kim's got us covered on this one.
Pun intended.
So here's a question, Chris. I mean,
Yeah.
honest opinion: $60 or £40 UK. Is it worth picking up, or should you
No.
be waiting for a discount?
I'd wait for it to go down. I've got it because I'm stuck indoors all the time,
Right.
and it's kind of nice to have a different sort of game to play. I'm quite into races, and that's sort of quite intense. This
Right.
game, I'm just dicking around in the tractor, ploughing a field, trying to chainsaw random animals, trees. It couldn't get much different, and there's a nice, pleasing soundtrack of a random bird you can never find tweeting away. It's just like being outdoors, but warmer.
Okay. Fair enough.
So Dorian's done a good bit. He's just bought loads of solar panels and left his farm to it.
Dorian is an odd bird anyway. Let's just get that
Really?
out there. Oh yeah.
Hi, Dorian.
Love him to
Squirrels.
bits. All right. Let us move on from you. Nicole, I'm going to skip over you and just talk to Kim. So this is what happens when Kim's on the podcast. Kim,
Oh boy. Yes.
let's talk about your passion, which, of course, Nicole and I can jump in on at least, actually, all of this conversation. So tell us what you've been playing.
I've been playing, a lot of Dragon Age Inquisition, and I started Witcher 3.
Okay.
So,
So let's
yeah.
talk about Dragon Age Inquisition first and foremost, because
alrighty.
you kind of have an obsession here. Right, how many hours have you put in on this game?
Well, I haven't checked, but I think, was it there last weekend when Marcanix talked to me? I had like 170 hours.
Yeah.
Oh my
Where's the
God,
commitment?
Kim.
Yeah. Where's the commitment exactly? When does it end? Have you beaten
Just
the game
commit to
already
it.
and you're replaying it?
No, actually, I haven't beaten the game. I'm doing all like the side quests and finding the mosaic pieces and all that fun stuff.
Kim-
I'm milking it for all it's worth.
Kim, have you left the hinterlands?
Yes, I have left
Okay.
the hinterlands.
I think she's the only person.
Yeah. I'm still stuck in the hinterlands, by the way. I'm
So
still,
am
still
I.
Yeah, I left them ages ago. So
there. Okay.
You are the
No.
only person.
that's why I don't see anybody else out there. You know, I'm the only one.
Yeah.
You're right.
All right, so Dragon Age aside, let's talk about the new
Yes.
big title, The Witcher 3. It came out.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I know all three of us have been playing. I think two of the three of us probably have a more favorable opinion. I think somebody in this group, maybe giggling at this moment, right up there, she might have a differing opinion.
Might, but not actually.
Oh.
Yes, there you go. All right, well, Kim, what do you think? Witcher 3, is it living up to the hype for you?
Yes, it's very much Red Dead Redemption-y for me, so I'm enjoying it. Of course, you know, you could stick Geralt reading me the phone book, and I'd be happy. So you know, but yeah, I mean, I've only played I don't know, maybe 4 hours so far, because I mean, between Dragon Age and life, it's been difficult to kind of get in there and do it. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. So
Now,
I'm quite tickled.
have you experienced any of the game crashing bugs or anything like that?
No, I haven't had that. I know I did have some audio issues, but I don't know if that was the game or so much the way I have the Xbox One hooked up. So, because I have it run through one of those HDMI hubs, because
Right,
I don't
right.
have enough HDMI slots. So it might be my little box screwing up.
I think
So-
it might be the game, though. Because I have experienced similar audio little, like, garbling every once in a while.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But other than that, it's been fun. Now apparently there's a bug that when you play Gwent, the little card game,
Yes.
that apparently it might cause the game to crash. Now
Right.
I played the other night and it never crashed, but they also said it could cause you to not be able to play Gwent again. So, but I haven't went back to see if I could actually play it again, so I don't know. But-
Okay. Yeah, I hadn't heard about that one. I did have the misfortune of getting one of the lost save bugs. It wasn't too bad, though. It was only about 15 minutes worth of gameplay, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But apparently, if you're playing and you put the game into suspend state, it can impact your saves. Or it necessarily won't. You just won't save, and it'll it'll revert back. It'll basically reboot. So I had that happen. I lost about 15 minutes. It wasn't that big of a deal, but I've heard other people talking about how they lost hours of gameplay. But
Oh, that would suck.
that to me, though, I think that's almost user error as well, because the game lets you do manual saves.
Hmm.
And this is a game that you absolutely should manual save often, because there are big fights you have that take you a little while to get through them. You want to save right after because you don't want to have to repeat that if you die. Because I did have that happen. I seem to have all these crazy weird stories, but I was out fighting a bunch of wolves. And it was fairly early on in the game, and I had killed all the wolves around me, and I was like, okay, I'm low on health. I had no more like items to eat or anything, but I knew if I loot the wolf bodies, I could potentially get some wolf meat, eat that, restore my health. So I go to loot, and suddenly I hear a growl behind me, and I am spinning my camera around to try and figure out what it is, and a wolf comes through and just smacks me and kills me. I was like, son of a bitch.
Damn wolves.
I know.
You got bitch slapped by a wolf.
I did get bitch slapped by a wolf. Thank you, Nicole. So happy you're on the podcast.
Thanks. Thank you.
All right, well, Nicole, let's get into it a little bit. You know, you said you had some beefs. What's
biggest
going on?
beef?
Yes.
Right at the beginning. Why do I have to stare at Yennefer's ass and not Geralt's?
This is what I said.
I'm like, that's so sexist. Why start the game off so sexist? He gets out of the tub, I should see his naked bum. That's all I'm saying.
That is the beef you were talking about.
Yeah. You know what's
That's
the
wrong.
worst about it, though? Is 5 seconds later, I get a text from Mark going, I know what your problem is. You didn't see his bum. I'm like, oh my God, you know me too well.
Yeah.
I complained about the same thing. I posted it even on Twitter. I'm like, what the hell? We see Yennefer's ass, but we don't get to see his?
No
that's
doubt. I'm sure. Maybe Kim, you can confirm this since you've been playing it far more than the rest of us. I'm sure you will
I
have
got 8
opportunity.
hours.
Okay. I'm sure there
I
will
know.
be opportunity later on for a little Geralt butt.
No.
There better be, damn it.
Yeah, it was. No, other than the fact that I have sunk almost 8 hours into this game and have gotten no frickin' where, that's my other complaint. I'm like, I'm still not even level 3 yet. I'm like right there on the edge, and I've been on the edge of being level 3 for I don't know how long.
So one thing I do know about the Witcher games is that they don't necessarily hand out experience through combat. So
No, I've
just
been
killing
doing those
stuff,
little
yeah.
side things.
Yeah, it's all the side quests that will hand out experience, and it hands it out very slowly. It will take you a while to level up in The Witcher 3.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that right there. I'm like, okay, I've put in 8 hours. That's a full day's work. Thank you very much. And got nowhere. I
Level
don't even
3?
have
See any
enough money
butt.
to buy pants.
Yeah. No ass, no leveling. What the hell?
All
right.
Kim did post in the G4TE Facebook thing. You can get that free DLC,
Right?
so you can change his hairstyle, and when you go to a barber, and what was something else? What was
There's
the
a
other thing?
Temerian armor, I believe.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which you have to pay for, by the way. That's
Yeah.
talk about a ripoff.
That kind of bites, yeah.
Yeah,
I, mean,
I went
if they're
to
gonna
the
give you free
merchant.
DLC, it should be free, right?
I know. I went to it. I was all excited. I'll get my new armor set, and the guy's like, cash. Just like, shit, I don't have enough.
So you don't give us any cash. How are we supposed to pay for this shit, you know?
Telling you.
And I wish it also was a little more clear on what if you're actually selling something or dismantling it. Because I wasn't sure for a couple of times there, because some of them it actually shows you that you're getting the gold and you are selling these items. And I think it depends on if you go to the blacksmith or the Chili Bowl haircut market guy, whatever his name is.
Chili bowl haircut market guy.
Bram!
Yeah.
It's Bram!
Yes, I hate.
That's-
Yes, Bram.
yeah.
I hate his hair. He looks like his mom put a bowl on his head and
It
went
does.
to chomping.
And he's
And
got
I'm
like
like-
a bad acne thing going on too, so.
I didn't look that close.
It's
Not
funny
the
you
front.
bring. What was that, Chris?
Not at the front anyway.
No, never from the front. So The Witcher 3 actually, I think, shares something in common with Project Cars, which is they're both PC-centric developers. Their UI screams PC to me, much more than it does console. So, you know, I do have some minor complaints about the UI from The Witcher 3. I don't have an issue with the small text. I know people have been complaining about that on some of the versions. I don't know if it's PS4 or PC, but
Small text.
yes, the text being too small on the screen. So you're.
Oh, I did scoot my chair closer, but I'm
Okay.
getting old and blind, so I'm like, maybe the text was small and I just didn't notice.
So for like conversations, I find it all perfectly fine. I do find that if I'm in the inventory screens, that it does seem a little small, and I don't know how they fix that because it's a very crowded UI in terms of all the stuff on the screen. So it's kind of
Yes.
I don't see them having a really good solution for that. So scoot your chair up, I guess, is probably the best solution.
Yeah.
Binoculars.
And it's
You know.
free.
Yeah,
Anybody can scoot their chair up.
paid for DLC, and you pay $5, and they just on screen scoot chair up 5 feet. All right. So Resound, I guess let's go around the table. Witcher 3, do you think it gets into your game of the year? And Chris, we'll let you chime in on Project Cars if you think it could be potentially a game of the year. So Kim, let's start with you. Is this on your radar scope, or is this something that you think has too many bugs and it's not going to make the final cut?
Oh no, I definitely think it'll get in there. So, I mean, look at the reviews it's got. I mean, it's just like I said, I've only played like 4 hours, and I'm already going, oh yeah, you know, Dragon Age, damn it. But then there's Geralt, so yeah, I'm definitely gonna say Game of the Year.
Now, before we go past that, I know you said look at all the reviews. Do you think maybe reviewers are giving it a bit of a pass? Because I mean, it has a lot of bugs.
Yeah, I do for the most part, but you know, considering I went and played Battlefield 4 when it first came out, and comparing that to what this is like,
Ah,
this
Amen.
is, you know, this is on a whole other level. So, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
all right, fair enough. Chris, what about you with Project Cars? Also, another game, ironically riddled with a lot of bugs, but getting high marks. What do you think? Does it stand the test for this year?
It'll be popular, but I don't think it'll be game of the year. Not as a whole. Still too many things that came out need
Right.
fixing on it.
You think it might be
It will be
for
they'll
racing?
patch it. For racing, yeah, I think. I'm interested to see what F1's will be like next month. 'Cause
Okay.
I remember me and my mate used to play a lot of co-op seasons on that, and
Right.
that was a pretty good because the AI worked out really nice. It was really a good system. As an actual racer, that will probably be better, but I don't think Project Cars will be the best racer out this year. I'm
Okay.
kind of hoping Forza will. Seeing Forza 5, no.
We shall see.
Yeah, I hope it does. I can't see it.
Okay, fair enough. Nicole, what about you? Back to Witcher 3. What do you think? Is
It has
it in your
potential.
potential?
Yeah, it does because, like she said, it does remind me, especially on the horse, of Red Dead. So, and it's that big open world. You can pretty much go anywhere you want. The harvesting of the plants thing also reminds me of Red Dead. And I haven't experienced any bugs personally yet, and I manually save all the time because ever since I lost everything in Gears of War, I've not trusted a game
Yeah.
since. So, yeah. But it has potential, and I do also agree that they are probably giving it a pass since it has a PC base. They might be a little more lenient on how they're viewing it as a whole. Because understandably, when you're coming from one genre to another, there's going to be some hiccups along the way. And if you can be a little forgiving in that, then you can see the game's potential.
Okay, all right. Rounding it out, I would say, just speaking to Project Cars, since I can, although I haven't really gone that far in Project Cars, I see it having potential if they can iron out the bugs and fix some of the issues that are kind of plaguing some of the different versions. I think it definitely stands a chance of being one of the top racers this year. There are some interesting games coming out. We know Forza 6 is coming out. We know, MotoGP 15 is coming out, which in motorcycle racing, I know it's not car racing, Chris.
I like it. I'll play it, but it's
Right.
not going to be polished. I'll ride with the same mechanic.
Yeah.
If
yeah.
Milestone are doing it, and it won't be great. It'll be popular with the fans, but motorbike hikers even.
Yeah. So
But it won't be up there with them.
yeah, maybe we'll get one or two surprises down the road, but I think it stands a good chance of at least being the racer of the year. I doubt it gets into a true game of the year competition conversation. The Witcher 3 is an interesting one because on the surface, I really want to say yes. I think it has a legitimate shot to be, at least for me, a potential game of the year, just because it's doing so much. However, it is hard to look past the issues it's had at launch and think that that they're going to really truly fix everything, and that it's not just going to remain kind of a game with some of the hitchiness, and that will stick with it. So, if at least so far for me, yes, it's definitely one of my top games this year. Will it stay there? There's a lot coming still, so we'll see. I mean, Batman to me, quite honestly, is the next big game coming up that I think really will potentially push The Witcher aside, depending on, well, at least so far what I've seen. All right. You know what time it is? It's the
Shit.
favorite time of the podcast. It's the news quiz.
I'm going to eat French fries.
You guys didn't think just because I had two guests on that I was not going to have a news quiz. Of course we have a news quiz. So the news quiz, for those that may not know, and by the way, Nicole, maybe you can take a look in the chat real quick and we can do a roundup of those people in there and give them some shout outs. But the news quiz, it's basically each week we round up some of the top news stories or more ambiguous news stories, depending on how mean I feel, and basically just have a friendly quiz challenge between the group. And we've been tracking the results. So, so far, just to throw this out there, Nicole, you have 2.5 wins because somehow we've managed to get ties going. So you have 2.5 wins. Marcanix leads the group at 5.5, which is just crazy ridiculous. Richard
Jeez.
Webster, 3.5. Robin Tate snuck out a win last week. He's sitting at 1. Fraser Moore's at 2.5, and Mike Chin, who seemingly shows up in like week stretches of like he's here for 3 weeks, then he's gone for 5. But he has 2 wins as well. No guest spots so far have gotten any wins. So today, a prime opportunity for the guest chair to get a news quiz win.
Oh boy, pressure is on.
The pressure
Especially
indeed
with
is
me
on.
around. I don't read squat. So
all right.
let me quickly give some shout outs to the people in the chat.
Yes.
We have Destination Gamer, the
Batch.
Taffman.
Yes.
I'm going to say Joe XD. Cause,
Joe.
there's
Joe.
Yes. Parsnip Nose, or He Who Shall Not Be Named, I think.
Yes. He who shall not be named or discussed.
Yeah. Did I do Taff? I did Taff. GG, me. I'm just going through the list. Fraser, Soul Brother, and Morty. Sorry, this is not cooperating. I put a new little thing on here. And
A new little thing.
yes, well, I just got this new little Nook, the Samsung Nook. See?
Now I see it, yes.
It's beautiful.
like
Very
those.
nice, pretty. Samsung
I know,
Nook,
it's
yeah.
gorgeous. And a gorgeous little case that's also a purse. Thank you very much. And I put that screen protector on, and now nothing works right. I haven't rubbed it in yet. Anyway, shut up, Kim. Just I see your brain working, and I'm not even looking at you.
Yeah.
Is that Kozigan 5?
Sure.
Sure, that'll work. And,
Remember, I pay no attention to the chat because it will
I
distract
know.
the hell out
I'm
of me.
just gonna go with Pill because I'm not gonna try and say some of these names. Y'all need to get a hold of me and tell me how to say all your names. And of course, our favorite Australian chapsticks in there. Step J, Chris. Yep, I'm looking, making sure nobody else snuck in afterwards.
Serbs is in.
Serbs,
Yeah,
see?
Serb just
Sneaking
came
in.
in and I said hi to him.
He's
so.
a sneaky bastard.
Yeah, and then yeah, so, and Did I say foo?
Foo.
Did I just skip over foo?
Fraser originally was, saying he couldn't make the podcast because he was going to help his wife out with chores. Then he texts me and he says, hey, he's like, I can't be on the podcast because my plan is I don't really want to help do chores. So I'm going to do as little as possible. But if I'm on the podcast, it'll bring attention to me. So therefore, I have to lay low.
No, what it was is he had a chance for Nookie, screwed it up. And then was like, oh yeah, I can help out now. No, don't lie to us.
Fraser, we're spilling all your secrets. I'm sorry. All right, let us get into it. The news quiz proper. Only 6 questions on the news quiz this week, so each of you will get 2 questions. They'll each only be worth 5 points. If at the end we have a tie, yes, they're all worth 5 million points. How's that? If at the end we have a tie, there is a tiebreaker, and as the tiebreaker rule goes, it's closest to without going over for this particular question. So here we go. First question, and Nicole, being that you are the resident. So like I did that.
Resident Evil.
Resident Evil.
I am the Resident Evil.
Yes. So, Nicole, you will be going first. Kim, you are the creamy filling in this Oreo cookie. And Chris, you are the caboose. Here we go, Nicole. And I suppose I can put this up in the chat here. For those at home watching this, here's the question for you as well. You can play along and actually read things as they're happening. Nicole, Casey Hudson, former BioWare employee most known for his work on the Mass Effect series, has been hired by someone else. Who is it? Is it A, Sony Santa Monica, B, Bethesda, or C, Microsoft Game Studios?
I don't like that game, so I really don't care.
Blasphemy.
I know. I'm sure someday I will get run over by a truck for it. Oh, wait, they don't have truck.
They'll probably be advertising Mass Effect as well.
Lorry. Run over by a lorry. I'll go with C.
C
because I'm
as
just
in
pulling
Charlie?
that out of my butt.
Pulling it out of your butt. It's a tactic that works well, Nicole. Well done. Yes, today we're proud to announce that Casey Hudson has joined Microsoft in the role of creative director at Microsoft Studios, where he is working on Microsoft HoloLens, Xbox, and other awesome projects. He reports directly to Kudo Sonoda, who is the VP of the Next Gen Experiences for Microsoft. So there you go. Casey Hudson, former BioWare guru, now at Microsoft. Kind of exciting. I have to admit, I was a little less excited when I heard it was kind of focused on HoloLens as opposed to just Microsoft Game Studios, first and foremost. But who knows? Maybe he puts together something fantastic.
Let's hope.
Yes, indeed. Because, Kim, you love Mass Effect, don't you?
No.
The fuck?
No.
And I already know Chris's answer to this. I am in a podcast full of heathenists.
I like Mass Effect.
Okay, all right, Chris. Never mind. You're back on my good graces.
He is sucking up. Don't let him lie.
It was the Mako races that got you excited. All right. Let us move forward. Kim, pressure's on. Nicole came out of the gates pulling questions and answers out of her butt. All right, here we go. Kim, per Phil Spencer on Twitter, when will the Windows 10 beta begin for the Xbox One? Is it A, post-summer, B, pre-holiday, or C, early 2016?
See, now I knew the other one. Damn it.
This is how it always works, by the way.
I know, right?
Yes.
I'm going to say pre-holiday. B.
Well, Kim Woods, you are wrong!
Oh! Surprise! Shock.
Yes. No, it will be post-summer, according
Damn
to him on Twitter. So there you go, something to look forward to, especially if you're in the preview program. I'm imagining they will be rolling that out soon.
Awesome. I was
Yes.
going to say summer too, and I thought pre-holiday sounded better, so damn it.
All right. Chris, door still open for you to get in here and tie up with Nicole. Are you ready?
Yep, I'll come from behind.
All right. No, I'm not. It's low hanging fruit. I can't do it.
Yes, you can. Lower.
Chris, this is completely in your neck of the woods, right up your alley. Do what you can
Back alley?
with this. Yes, the back alley. All right, Chris, Sony has announced they will be doing what for this year's E3? Is it A, setting up test stations at Best Buy for Project Morpheus the week of E3? B, showing their E3 conference in movie theaters across the US and Canada? Or C, showcasing Sony E3 Digest, a 4-hour live video showcase each day of the conference?
Sound cut out then, what?
That is brilliant. I like that. Sound count. I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. Next question.
I don't know any of them. So I'm just going to go with C. Why not? I can't get that out of my arse, but I'm going to stick with C anyway.
Chris Henwood, you are wrong! No, unfortunately, Chris, and happily for Sony fans, Jeff Keighley actually jumped onto the Sony blog and wrote a nice little write-up saying, "This year I'm happy to announce the PlayStation E3 experience will return on Monday, June 15th. Due to the quick sellouts in 2014, we will be staging it in significantly more theaters." So if you haven't figured this out yet, they will be showing the E3 press conference in movie theaters across the US and into Canada. And they're expanding by more than 150% of the theaters they did before, so whatever that means. But they will have at least one theater in every state across the U.S., including Hawaii and Alaska, because I think there's only one theater in Alaska. And they will have 3 cities in Canada. So there you go. All right.
Only one in the whole state.
One in the whole
Is
state.
gigantic. Is it in Fairbanks or Juneau?
Juneau? I don't know. I couldn't resist. All right. Nicole, you're in the lead by 5 points. So here's what we're going to do. Chris, I hope you're ready. Because we're going to... We're snaking it. We're coming right back around to you, and then back to Nicole. Or
double
to Kim.
duty.
Yes.
Yeah,
double duty. All right. Here you go, Chris. Pressure on. You need to get this right to stay in the game.
I'll try.
You know what? All you can ask, as a matter of fact. Here we go. Chris, what new game was announced by EA this week? Is it A, Need for Speed, B, UFC 2, or C, FIFA Street 2?
Ooh. It's going to be a FIFA, isn't it? I'm going to go as far as say FIFA Street 2. Why not?
Chris, I bring you on to this podcast with expertise in racing, and you bring me FIFA.
I know, because none of the answers involve racing. This is what happens.
I'm sad to say, Chris, you are incorrect, my friend. It is, in fact, Need for Speed.
How can I ever tell my mum I failed?
I know. Seriously. You can't...
I'll hang my head in shame tomorrow.
I think you should go home and sulk on the couch. Yes, with more than 20 years of history in its rearview mirror, EA will be bringing Need for Speed back with a reboot that is rich in customization, authentic urban car culture, and nocturnal open world, and an immersive narrative that drives your Need for Speed experience.
Have you noticed at no point in that little caption there was any word that mentioned the word racing?
That's a good point. That's a really good point. All right. Well, Chris, I am sorry that you did not get that right. But maybe Kim, maybe you have a chance here.
Okay.
And maybe not, but maybe. All right.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Here we go. Are you ready? Your question. Kim, CD Projekt Red has released a patch 1.03 for the PC version of The Witcher 3. And it just released this past week. How many fixes did the patch address? Is it A, 450, B, 600, or C, 750?
Oh boy. Cause see, I knew they released the patch, but no, I didn't see how many it fixed. I'm gonna go with 450.
Kim. So Nicole, on to you. No, Kim, I am sorry, you were incorrect. It was 600. 600 fixes in this first patch for PC. And there's a promise of a PS4 and Xbox One patch in the wings. It is apparently in certification right now, so it will be coming. That means, Nicole,
Damn it.
congratulations. You just took the news quiz by pulling it out of your...
Answer out of my ass.
Yes. But you're not out of the woods yet. You do have one final question to answer.
Sure.
What word did Rockstar use when describing why they filed a lawsuit against the BBC trying to prevent them from airing the upcoming drama Game Changer? Was it A, malicious, B, necessary, or C, contentious?
Ooh, I like contentious. Let's go with contentious.
Well, let's not, and let's go with necessary, Nicole. Necessary.
This is such a good word. People don't use it enough.
Yeah,
I
contentious
still won.
is a great
I really
word.
don't care.
Yeah, you won. Yeah, let's face it, you won. But yes, in their response on the inquiry, the corporation said the action was necessary after failed talks with the broadcaster. In the statement sent to GameSpot, Take-Two said it has filed suit against the BBC for trademark infringement based on the movie currently titled Game Changer, as it relates to Rockstar Games' Grand Theft Auto video game series. So, interestingly enough, and this is one of the things that I hadn't realized way back when we first heard about this story. I thought they were doing like a fictional documentary, if you will, about the world of Grand Theft Auto, but they're actually doing it about the development of Grand Theft Auto. But it is an unauthorized documentary, and I'm thinking that maybe Rockstar doesn't like how they're being portrayed, or potentially going to be portrayed in this documentary. So it's pretty interesting how they're coming after the BBC.
That is interesting.
Yeah, we will see. I hope it gets made and it gets aired, because it sounds like a super interesting documentary to watch. Even though what do they call those? It's a fictional documentary, if you will.
A mockumentary, right?
Yeah, a mockumentary.
There you go, mockumentary.
Yep, just like him.
I knew that. See,
You
there
knew that
go.
answer.
Well, you
Give-
get a
give her
gold
half
star.
point.
Get a gold star.
Yay.
Yes.
Woo!
All right. Well, that does it for the news quiz. Nicole, back in the driver's seat. Look at you. I'm putting your check mark right there. The boys are going to be sorry they missed this one. Yep.
Gotta hang my head in shame.
Hang your head in shame. For shame. For shame.
I think I'm gonna go out
I'm
and
alright.
duct tape some child up.
Turn the
Somebody's
camera round.
throwing rocks at my window.
Uh-oh.
Turn the camera round.
Oh hell no, no,
Yeah.
no! I do this in my bedroom. No.
Ask
No.
more questions than answers, but okay.
Yes, there would be far more questions than answers. All right, Nicole, real quick, if you would be so kind.
I could be.
You could be. We have some games coming up, and they're actually for the week of May 22nd to the 29th. You wouldn't know that by our notes, of course.
Nope, you wouldn't. It's the 22nd.
Yes.
Hey, he's
May
got a lisp.
22.
He's got a lisp.
22.
Let him go. Let him go. He's fine.
Don't make fun of my lisp.
May
Oh.
22th through May 29th.
Just read the goddamn list.
Oh, Greg, poor baby. Bless your heart. Badland, Game of the Year edition for the Bone, the 4, the 3, the Wii U, the Vita, the PC, the Mac, Linux. So for all the crap out there.
Pretty much.
Magica 2 for the 4 and the PC. Magnetic, Cage Closed. Okay. PC.
Yeah.
They have got the worst names for some of these PC games. I'm sorry.
Pretty much.
Octodad, Dadliest Catch for Vita. Are you laughing?
We're just listening.
Dad, really?
Yes.
Sorry.
Would you like me to say it with a British accent?
Yes,
'Cause I
if you
can't.
don't
No, I
mind.
can't. I can't. I can do Southern. Roundabout PS4. And then Ultra Street Fighter 4.
Yes.
Right? IVS4? I didn't. I should probably have gotten that bottle of wine.
Yes, it is never too early to drink.
Cat lateral damage. Really?
Yes.
Not collateral, but cat lateral.
Cat lateral, yes. Cat lateral damage.
Wow. Okay, PC, Mac, and Linux. And that begins May 27th. Rogue Legacy on the bone. And Don't Starve Giant Edition for the Wii U. Okay.
How big is it? No.
Giant. All right. And on the Wii U, so...
Here you go,
Which is
Nicole.
Wii.
This is your test.
Hyper Dimension Neptunia Rebirth 2 Sisters Generation PC May 29th.
That's the short
Boom.
version.
That
Yeah.
rolls off the tongue nicely, that, didn't it?
Yes.
Thank you. Oh, and
Did a good job there.
Splatoon for the Wii U. That's like
Yes.
the only game I think would have been cute on the Wii U. Splatoon, May 29th.
I think Nintendo was counting on it.
Well,
Probably.
the problem with it, though, is you can't talk to your friends, so that's stupid. You have to use that little chat pad thing.
Yes, as a
Oh,
matter of
God.
fact, Gary Lever, I was having a conversation with him, and he was talking about Splatoon and how excited he was for that game, and he thought it was potentially, what the shooting fans wanted. He's like, that's the kind of game they want, right? And I said, well, that and chatting is also something they would like.
Yes.
So,
That is my only. I'm like, I would have gotten a Wii U for that one damn game if you could chat. Seriously, it looked that cute.
yeah. See, if I said that, it would be a complete lie. I have just no desire to pick up a Nintendo product.
Well, I don't necessarily want a Nintendo product, but I do want that game. I'm sorry it's Nintendo. If a real gaming console company had done it, then I know, right?
Yes.
I'm probably getting the finger.
Oh, totally. Nicole Brodowski at Amaranth on Twitter.
No, don't give him my private one. You can give him the OC_Amaryllis one.
My bad.
Whoops.
I know.
Oops.
I know, and live too.
Let the hate mail commence.
Let the hate flow through you.
Let it grip you. Let it flow, young Skywalker. All right. Let us move on. Let us
Please.
talk about some of these other little things we've got going on. We love doing Gamerscore challenges and giveaways and stuff, and we have another one going on, the 2015 Gamerscore and Trophy Challenge. If you haven't already entered into it, I kind of would tell you don't bother at this point because, let's face it, you're way behind the curve. This is basically a challenge where community members get together and I think it's a month time frame. I think it's a full month or maybe it's longer. I don't know. I signed up to it and I don't know all of the details other than the fact that I'm just supposed to complete and get as many achievements as possible, and that gives me score. But even though this is like 2 weeks old data, Tuscan77 has like 8,000 points on the PS4. PG Tips has 7,700 on the Xbox One, and I don't think I've cracked 1,000.
I haven't.
this-
I'm
yeah.
holding down the bottom.
scoring the scores.
Yeah, it's killing me. So it's tough sledding there. But for those that are into it, and there are a few that are at the top of the leaderboards, Bongo the Sane, Parsnip, PG Tips, Nito 1980, Tuscan 77, Recruit B10, all of them have been pouring in a ton of time into completing games and getting Gamerscore through challenges and trophies. So congratulations to them, and it will be worth your while to participate. And if you didn't do it this year, come back next year. We do the Gamerscore every year, so it'll happen again. If you like Minecraft, We have a G4TE.com Minecraft server for both the PS4 and the Xbox One. And I believe they're both up and running now. Nicole, I think you had been playing on the PS4 version.
Yeah, I was. Last time though, Parsnip didn't have it on.
Right. So send hate mail to Wobbly Bob. Is that his nickname on PS4? Got it.
Well, in all fairness, he needs to go get one of those little fans because he keeps heating up his room by leaving it on all the time. So.
Right. That's what he's telling you. We know
Not
the
a
truth.
window.
Yeah. Open a window, Parsnip. And
Parsnip, I was trying to save your ass, just so you know. I get points later.
Take the fapping outside of the consoles. Do that somewhere else, please. All right. Let's see. Clan Wars. Nicole, if you could. I don't know what's going on with the Clan Wars other than there was a mutiny, there's a new leader, it's mass hysteria. What's going on?
It's not mutiny. I did not mutiny. I did. Even Foo said it. I heard it on the show, so fuck off. I heard it. I heard him say I didn't mutiny. We had a war in the middle of the week. See, I'm still there. And we lost by 1 point, 74 to 73. One stinking star. And there's a new war that probably would have started today. And had I checked Boom Beach, sorry. See? I can't even say Clash of Clans anymore. Had I checked Clash, I probably would know who we're fighting against. But I don't. Yeah. I was looking at my Boom Beach. I actually have 2 people in my little task force, because that's what it's called. I would love more people to join my task force. So for all you little Boom Beach fans that want to blow crap up, sending some little builder dude to hammer out a tree.
Maybe we should call it the Boom Beach SC.
Excuse me?
The Boom Beach Southern Clan.
No,
maybe
Clan.
not. Southern Cult. Let's go with Cult. Clan is a little disturbing, especially when you throw in Southern.
Especially the South.
Maybe that's not such a good idea. So yeah, we'll go with Cult. Cult, Nicole. Cult, not Clan. Yeah. Oops.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been a faux pas and a half.
All right. Moving forward, stepping out of that minefield. The Golf Club Cross-Platform Challenge continues on. Really tough course this past week. It was the Flin Flon Golf Club that was picked out by Qui G Bo Jones. Yes, you're welcome. I read it as slow as possible and got it right. Thank you for picking that hard-ass course. I think it kind of killed everybody's momentum. But it was, I actually found it pretty fun. It was challenging, but it was not, I don't know, I didn't find it too difficult to actually complete a round. That said, on the PS4, we had Bean Joe, who came in at plus 10. Real Kahuna came in at a plus 2. And Manny Calavera managed to eke out an even, which is pretty amazing because he has a pretty high handicap on his side. Or low handicap, depending on how you want to look at it. But so for him to get even on any course is pretty good, all things considered. Moving over to the PC, we had Barcello's Ghost at plus 8. Cocolata, there you go, sure, plus 4 on PC. And the Real Defoe, or the Real Deformed, depending on who you're talking to. He had a minus 1. So congratulations to those blokes. But let's face it, those scores were not good enough. So if we really want to get into the real crux of it, and I have to pull up these scores now because I took a picture of it because I didn't have time to get it onto our show notes because, well, that's life. We had myself coming in at plus 3. We had TMG Cerberus at a minus 1. We had Quijibo Jones.
It's Quijibo Jones.
Quijibo Jones, thank you. See, it makes it so much easier when I hear it. Quijibo Jones at minus 2. But the winner, by a lot, was Pilch Reed with minus 17. And I think that in a lot of ways is because his handicap is really skewed in the bad direction, as in he needs a lot of help. And I say that lovingly because a minus 17 on that course is amazing if in fact he was like scratch. But that all said, he did pick out the next course. And he went for something fun. So the OCXGen Challenge 16 is going to be the course DS Crazy Golf. And it is picked out by our very own Pilch Reed. And I love it because it looks like it's almost kind of like miniature golf, except for not on a bigger course. So it should be fun. It'll be up later tonight, tomorrow, depending on who gets to it, for the Xbox One, the PS4, and the PC. If you are on the PS4, make sure you're friends with Marcanix. If you're on the Xbox One, make sure you're on my friends list, Murphy's Law. And if you're on the PC, you want to check out and be friends with The Real Defoe, even though he is a incredulous scoundrel Broncos fan. I don't know.
Oh, boo, Broncos.
It's not time for that yet.
It's always time for that, Nicole. Always time for that.
It's summer break.
Not a day goes by that I don't curse his name. All right. Also, in terms of contests and giveaways, we have something brewing on our Facebook page because we're older people. We like Facebook. It's called We Are Epic. And basically, it's on our G4TE.com Facebook page. Go in there, post a 30-second video clip, and you're going to get potentially picked to win a $20 gift card for either PSN, Steam, or Xbox Live, or I believe it translates, if you do my math, it's always $5 less or £5 less, so it would be £15 in the UK. So far, we have videos up most recently from Paul Gaskell, PG Tips, Marcanix, who gave us a nice video of Dragon Age, basically nagging. I think that would be the best way I would describe that video from Marcanix. David Morton, Orty or Morty, depending on which platform he's on. Myself, I have a couple videos up there. One public service announcement for all those trying to survive the apocalypse. Ian Alexander, Gonzo, as well as David Morton, both posted up Project Cars videos. So get cracking. Chris, we expect a 30-second clip. Project Cars, I'm just saying, you can do it.
No
I've got one I
pressure.
can put on now. I had a horrific one earlier on I could put up.
There you go. Horrific. It works. It works. And of course, Kim, The Witcher.
Yes.
We expect a scene from, a shagging scene, obviously.
I'll get the one
Or
with the
Geralt
unicorn.
Yeah. Or
Yeah,
the unicorn. The unicorn.
Yeah, we'll get the unicorn in there.
Yes. All right. We do have a couple hot lap challenges going on for the racing side. Chris, I'll put you on the spot. I don't know if you have the show notes open or not, but if you do, why don't I have you read through these?
I'll quickly scan to it.
See, I always catch everybody off guard. They're like, oh, I'm done. I don't have to say anything anymore. And then suddenly it's like, no, talk.
See, I already scrolled down.
The May Forza Hot Lap Challenge is any modern Indy car with any tune you can find or create yourself on the Indianapolis Oval. That'll be the only oval in Forza Motorsport 5, thanks
Yes.
to 1010. Currently in third.
Okay, Chris, real fast. How many different ways can you go in a circle, though? Come on.
This is your second most watched sport. I'm defending it. I like oval racing. I'm quite defensive about it. Not that bad, but...
Well, see, I don't like Indy oval racing. I like NASCAR oval racing because
Yeah.
rubbing is racing
Yes.
in my book.
I like NASCAR.
Yeah. All right, continue on, Chris. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Anything else?
No, I'm done. I'm good.
Ideal. Right.
Oh my
in
God,
third
girls,
place-
you're both pretty.
Oh my good gosh, what's going on now?
I don't know. I don't want to know. I don't want to ask. Continue on, Chris. Focus.
What is
Blinders
now
on,
the last-
Chris.
What is now the last month's Forza Challenge? In third place we've got the Real Kahuna on 41.396 seconds. Second is Parsnip Nose. Wow. 40.529. And in first place is Serbs. Well done, mate. You're on 39.743 at the moment. On Project Cars, which I was having a quick look at earlier on,
Right.
The car is the BMW 320 Turbo Group 5, which is like the classic GT car.
Right.
Any tune you can create on that one, so you can't download, which is going to scare people off. Terrifying. The track is Hockenheim Short. At the moment, the top three. Oh, it's this long. Yeah, at the moment, we've got in third place Stone Death on 1 minute 4.260. In second is J Rambo 4. Yeah,
Right.
it is 4 in it. I'm not
Yep.
good with numerals. 1 minute 3.603, and at the moment in the lead is Gonzo FK with 1 minute 3.465. However, myself and Taffman earlier on were putting laps in on that pace, so it's all to play for on that one. Yeah.
So basically, what you're saying, Chris, is count your seconds because you're going to be taken.
I may not have already done it, but I haven't put anything up yet.
I may not have already done it. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Gonzo, we're sorry you are no longer the leader. Congratulations. No, but thank you, Gonzo, for putting on the Forza,
Yeah,
Project Cars
good.
Hot Lap Challenge, I should say. And I think the Forza Hot Lap Challenge, this is probably going to be the last one for a little while. Going to let it lay because I think most people have graduated or gravitated, probably the better way to put it, to Project Cars right now. So it seems like that's where the community's focused, and for good reason. Everybody loves a little rainy racing. All right.
Nice wet.
See, I knew somebody was going to say something about being wet.
I had moist, damp, wet. Oh, they're all queuing up.
Got to put your slickers on. All right. Victories achieved. This is another contest that we like to run. We run it every quarter. And in fact, this one, I believe, is going from May to the 31st of July. And basically, if you beat a game, you take a selfie with your camera phone, I should say. Put it up there, one of these dealios, and you're like, hey. And you take a picture. And then you tweet that out to @g4te.com. Spell the dot. That's important. And then you put in there hashtag victory achieved and tell us what game you just beat. And you'll get put into a contest, a random drawing of all of the people that have completed games over the past quarter. And you could win another $20 gift card in the US or £15 in the UK for either PSN, Xbox Live, or Steam. We'll reach out to you. You just let us know what you want, assuming you win. This past week, Parsnip Nose 3000 digging into the pile of shame completes Deadpool. John Mouse completes Battlefield Hardline. What's funny is that you're going to see all these crazy games because all these people I think are part of the Gamerscore Challenge, and so they're just completing these just random games now. Like Amaras89 completed some crazy game called GTA 5. I've never even heard of that. Stulecky52, he finished The Unfinished Swan. How can you finish an unfinished game? I want to know. I don't get it. PG Tip 77, he finished Thomas Was Alone. Bongo the Sane finished Lifeless Planet. Chinny 1985 digging in to the pile of shame for sure. He finished The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Bongo the Sane also finished Numa Breath of Life.
What is this?
Exactly. What is this?
Okay.
This is gamer score whoring. That's what that is.
Boring.
Whoring.
They're making their own games.
Yeah. Natras 79 finished Dying Light. There's a game I know. And congratulations to all who finished games. It is a let's put it out there. It is an accomplishment when you finish these games. Even the swarmy ones like Bongo and this Breath of Life business, but it takes a little bit of effort. So congratulations to all. Keep on finishing games, and for those again listening to this for the first time or haven't heard of it before, go check it out. Victories achieved is super easy. Just take that selfie, send it off at g4te.com, and that's pretty much brings us to the close of the show. So we're going to round it out with some quick notes. If you want to be part of this, we every week broadcast around 3 o'clock Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern. I don't know what time in the UK, but it's late.
11 p.m.
I'm sorry?
11 p.m.
11 p.m. There you go. If you want to listen in live, just simply go to your web browser. This is real easy, folks. Go to your web browser, type in live.g4te.com. and you are going to be magically transported to our Twitch page. And hopefully you will see us there. We have a speak pipe. It's kind of been left behind now that we're on Twitch Live, so I have to admit it's there. If you ever want to send us a voicemail, go for it. You can email the show podcast@g4te.com. You know, this guy Jason Johnson, he used to email the podcast with trivia every week, and we loved him for it. And then he got busy with life apparently. But maybe someday he might send us an email with some trivia. Maybe we'll get other people sending us an email with trivia. I don't know. You know.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Exactly. You can tweet us at @OC_podcast. You can also check us out on Facebook because, again, it is a thing we old people like to do. We love the Facebooks. fb.g4te.com. You type that into your browser, and it'll dump you right into our Facebook page. It'll probably ask you to sign up as well if you haven't signed up yet. But most importantly, you'll see the We Are Epic. It's right there at the top. The top. Anyway, I'm looking at Nicole staring up at something. I don't know what she's staring at.
My child, and her best friend just walked in the door. See? And they're being obnoxious.
Duct tape and rope, Nicole. Duct tape and rope.
I'm telling you. Said for them to just go.
Yes. All right. You also, if you like PC gaming, and this is a nice one for PC gamers, you can go check out Green Man Gaming at gmg.g4te.com. Michaela.
You guys can go.
You know you're not muted, Nicole. I hope you know that. Anyway.
Just have her text me.
This is where it goes off the rails. This is when Nicole realizes she was yelling at her kid and she wasn't muted.
Yep.
I was muted.
No, my
wasn't
dear.
muted.
We love you dearly.
It doesn't work.
Michaela.
Michaela. Pretty much like that.
No, it's red. Look, it's red.
I know.
It's red.
We can still hear you.
Yes.
But it didn't work.
Oh.
Most importantly,
Oh my
we know
God.
Michaela needs to get her shit together.
Yes. Right. Come on.
All right. Let's finish out here. Green Man Gaming. We do have a 20% voucher, so if you want to pick up a game from Green Man Gaming, make sure you do gmg.g4te.com. You'll get that voucher. You'll get some, a discount. That's always a good thing. Last and certainly not least, if you somehow feel you want to help this community out and maybe donate to this podcast, really you're not donating to the podcast because we're not taking money from you, but we put it into our prize pool fund, so it all goes back out to the community. But you can do that. Donate.g4te.com. That's our PayPal page, and you'll get, the standard stuff. Donate some money to us. It'll convert it if you're in the U.S. It'll convert it to British pounds. If you're in the UK, it'll convert your British pounds into US dollars, and then everything gets funneled out to Kenya, where we're actually laundering money.
That yacht is great, though.
The yacht is awesome. iTunes reviews. I promised at some point I was going to do this. I still haven't done it, but we do want iTunes reviews because it helps us get more visible. And I think I'm out of breath. So at this point, let's do some shout-outs. Nicole, yell at your daughters if you must, but why don't you start the shout-outs?
I'd like to shout out to Mark, who couldn't be here even though he wanted to. To you guys for being on the show with us. We really appreciate it. To Mark's wife, Jenny, who is the reason he's at home dealing with her. She's sick, and I'm sorry. I have asthma too, so I feel her pain, literally. And yeah, Parsnip said shout out to Michaela. Yeah, I'm gonna kill my child later. No, I'm not. I love her. I really do. She's a teenager. And I don't know. That's it. That'll work for me. So we'll go to Kim. Parsnip said shout at Michaela.
Get it right, Nicole. Get it right.
My bad. What do I care?
Whoops. Yeah, whoops. Well, thank you guys for, having me. This is fun, I'm now cheating on Ed Defoe, so there's that. But, right?
This whole just took on a whole different meaning to me. It's insidious, and I like it. A little dirty. It's good.
There you go. Just thanks for letting me be on here. And for once, I didn't ruin something, so that's a plus.
A Pleasant Plus, yes.
Yeah. So.
All right,
That's
Chris, what about you?
Just thanks to all the track boys and girls, really. We had a good bit of racing this week. We're still getting through onto the Project Cars transition. We're starting to create some leagues for that. Just thanks to all the patience, really, and all the help they're giving me.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you to the three of you for making the podcast. It is always fun talking to new members, or I should say new participants of the podcast. So, Kim, thank you. Chris, thank you for coming back and enduring. Nicole, as always, thank you for making the show. And Michaela,
my child.
Michaela, listen to your mother, damn it. Listen, or you're going to get the backhand and the duct tape.
I need to figure out why this thing
Just
is
saying.
in.
What's it plugged into?
No, don't get ugly.
No, I'm not getting ugly. I'm going to say thank you to the Twitch viewers that are watching right now. If you're still watching, you may not be. You may have turned us off after 5 minutes. I don't know, but thank you. I want to say a big shout out to just the entire podcast crew, because it was pretty comical talking to everybody today, trying to figure out who might be able to make the show, who wasn't going to be able to make the show. Fumu, the excuses, they didn't work. I know the reality of the truth. Mike Chin, he did chime in last minute and said he was willing to jump on too, but I said, you know what, I've got a nice crew. I like these people. So, I don't love Mike at all. I don't have a secret man crush on him, so I didn't need him on the podcast.
But he
And
looks like Jesus.
he does look like Jesus. It scares me
Like
a
a
little
hot
bit.
Jesus, though. Well, sort of. No, not really.
Yeah.
I lied. You like that? I just backed it all the way down.
Yep, back it down,
I lied.
Nicole. Back it down.
I lied.
All right, and there you go. For those watching, I finally got rid of the news quiz questions. You guys have to remind me to do that. I always forget to take us back to full screen. Yeah. So there you go.
You know what is funny is I thought about that when you posted them the first time, and they right out of my head because I was yelling at children.
Yes. Damn you, Michaela!
This is why I teach, so that I can blow the whistle out on the playground and yell at children.
Yes.
Hey.
And Nicole, just for the record,
Whatever gets you off. I mean, what?
this does not mute.
That was not. No, bite me. That was so you couldn't see me.
I hear you. I hear you.
This was on red, which normally means it's muted.
Right.
So that shit headset you told me to get, Greg.
You sound fantastic, Nicole.
I know.
So it's all
I don't.
Greg's fault, is what
Yes.
you're saying, right?
Exactly.
Well, I think the mute button finally has had it. Because when did I get this? Like a year and a half ago?
Yeah.
A year? Yeah.
Yeah. It might be time for a new one.
because, Primrose said that the other one, Mike made it sound like I had a vibrator or something. Like Greg's like, oh my God, yes.
And on that note, folks, this podcast is done. We're out of here.